It's a group exhibition. There's 3 artists, and it's called We're Playing at Being Explorers. Their practices are very, very different, and they've never actually met each other or shown together. But one thing that is apparent in all 3 of the practices is there's an element of play, and there's an element of a blurring between fact and fiction. In Stephen Brand's work, he has this very distinctive style. It's nearly kind of verging on kind of graphic. It's very flat, very technically skilled, and he uses a lot of text. And he's very interested in the idea of exploring, and especially kind of being an outsider and looking at a different culture, and nearly in a satirical way. So we have a piece called August 27th, and it's talking about, well, no wonder there's a recession, and it's kind of talking about people going around in their dressing gowns, and you see this massive vista of this landscape, and it nearly looks quite German, and he does use German text a lot in his work as well. The title of the show comes from one of his pieces, which is in the back gallery here, and it says we are playing at being explorers on the Atlantic coast, and then it says we eat like bears and dance like crabs. So there's that kind of festival feel, and it kind of makes a reference to kind of the Atlantic coast. So that we kind of want people to kind of see that as this is what's happening now. He's kind of referencing now. If you take each artist's work, you can see that kind of responding to the title of We Are Playing at Being Explorers, it's this idea of uncovering or unfolding something, and there's no clear definition between fact and fiction. So there's that kind of blurring of a narrative. If you take Andrew Dodds, for example, Andrew has a book called Lost in Space, and it's a collection of objects that have been lost and found in space. So there's a bit of a play there as well. And it's presented very humbly. It's just a book on a plinth, and you can buy the book, but it's this very kind of small personal thing as opposed to this big, very grand narrative. And then onto Sonia's work, which is here. A lot of her work is based on comedy, and the kind of the futility of human endeavour. So for example, this piece, it's a plane, and you can see it's just kind of bashed together. It's made out of cardboard, but the wings are different lengths. So if it was to actually fly, it would just go around in circles. It's kind of a small little plane that you could imagine some kind of amateur explorer kind of setting off in, only to realise that, you know, he's just going around in circles. He's not discovering anything new. He's just going over and over the same path. As a whole, we would kind of hope that when the viewer comes in here, they kind of know that even though it's really good artwork and it's very professionally done, and the artists they all have brilliant CVs, that it is meant to be playful, and we kind of need them to take on that persona as well, so they get the joke, and the joke is there's no joke.